Okay, so becoming a YouTube teacher. Why would you want to use YouTube in your classroom? What's the big deal with YouTube? Well, these are the most recent stats I could find for 2018. YouTube has over 1.5 billion users, and that would be approximately half of all web users use YouTube. 400 hours of video are uploaded every minute. Okay, a lot of content there. 46,000 years of content is watched every year. So it's impossible for one person to consume all of that. 60% of a creator's views come from outside their home country, and over half of YouTube's views are on mobile devices. Now, specifically looking at the classroom, why does YouTube rock the classroom? And I agree with many of these points, but just to as a disclaimer, this is from dailygenius.com. Daily Genius says that students are more engaged through visually stimulating videos, such as TED Talks. Educational lessons are easily shared across the globe. Students or the whole classroom can create video replies to each other. Videos can supplement lessons. Teachers can spend more time focusing on students and less time explaining topics. This one is huge for me, because basically I will record my lesson or my demo for them, and then instead of saying, "Hey, Mr. Powell, how do I do that? What you just showed me," I can say, "Well, you can watch the video," and that frees me up to engage in more stimulating conversations with the students rather than trying to show them the same thing over and over again. And the students like it too. One cool thing about YouTube is that it has a built-in closed captioning system. So after, I don't know the specific time range, but after it's been up there for a while, it'll automatically generate closed captions for you. And you can translate that into any language. So I had a student from Vietnam who didn't speak any English, and I was able to direct her to one of my videos, and she could actually translate into Vietnamese and watch my video with Vietnamese subtitles. So it's pretty amazing. With YouTube, you have a library of free information to help you explain just about anything. And there's lots of current events on YouTube as well. So, getting started with YouTube. My suggestion for you, if you're just kind of looking into it for the first time, is checking out YouTube's education portal. Surely you can search any topic and you can find tons of stuff, but the education portal is vetted information or vetted videos that YouTube has kind of tagged as being good. So whatever that means. So they've got some featured videos. They've got it organized in different categories. So these will all be business, for instance, languages. So you can look through, like if you're a social studies or social sciences, maybe you're teaching history, you can click on this playlist, and these are all videos to do with history. Now, with that said, they only have 32 videos in this playlist. Okay, so it is pretty limited. But it's not a bad place to start. If you like a video, so for instance, here's one on English grammar. Say I'm teaching English and this happens to be a video that I like. I can add it to a playlist to find it later. So you can see I'm signed in right now. Maybe you can't, but there's my face in the corner. So under the video, there's a little couple lines here. It says Add To. Click on that. And I don't have a playlist for English right now, but I'll just create one right now just for fun. And I'm going to make that a private playlist. And I'll just call this English and create that. Okay, so this has been added to my playlist, my English playlist, which I can access later. Now, just to tell you about the private and public, I've got a couple here. Private just means that when somebody clicks on my account or my channel, they can't see that playlist. If I make it a public one, then anybody that looks at my YouTube page can see that I have that list. So if I was collecting a bunch of resources, maybe I would want to make it public so that other teachers of my subject area could find it easily. Okay, the other thing you can do is you can post or embed your YouTube video on your class website or blog. So, looking back at this video here, if I click on share, this is the short link to my YouTube video, so I could link that on a website. But if I click embed, it gives me this embed code. So if you're using like a WordPress or any other website that allows you to actually edit the code or add a code snippet, you can put this in here and it'll display directly on your page. So you don't have to worry about students going to YouTube and seeing the suggested videos on the side and all that kind of stuff. And you also have a bit more control over that. You can choose where it starts. So maybe you just want to direct their attention towards one piece of a longer video. You can click this and decide exactly where you want that to start. So that could be useful too. Okay, so that's kind of interesting. Actually, I'll show you where the playlists are living. So if I just click on my picture on the top and say my channel, okay, then I can click on playlists and I can see all the playlists that I've added. Now these are public playlists, so if I wanted to see my private ones, then I want to go to my Creator Studio. I should be able to see all my playlists. Okay, so it's just under Video Manager and Playlist. So there's that private English playlist that I created. Okay, so the next stage of YouTube would, I guess, to become a creator. So up to this point, most people are consumers and they watch videos and link to videos. But if you want to start contributing to YouTube and to the body of knowledge, you can become a creator. So this is a fantastic way to bring multimedia into the classroom. I record most of my demos. It's kind of a neat reflective tool for me, even if I don't end up really doing much with it. It's kind of neat just to kind of see how my lesson went. But I end up posting most of them for the students to watch. So looking at my YouTube channel, let's go back to there. You can see I've got 184 videos I've uploaded on various topics, mostly software demos. And I'm just going to sort this by most viewed. Okay, so here's my most popular one. It has 97, almost 100,000 views. And it's got 76 comments, which is kind of interesting. I mean, it kind of peters out, but I've got several videos with, a couple thousand views. And I just think it's neat that people around the world are watching something that I created. And in this case, this was a demo for a class, a software that I don't really use anymore, Blender 3D. And every day I have people watching it and commenting on it. So for somebody out there, that's been useful for them. Another one that I thought was kind of neat. This one doesn't have a lot of views, but this is something that I kind of struggled with. I got this green screen, and I couldn't figure out how to collapse it. So when I finally figured out how to do it, I said, you know what, I'm going to make a video, because I'm probably not the only one that's struggling with this. So you fold it like a taco, scoop it underneath, and it kind of all folds nicely on itself. But believe me, I looked like a fool trying to get this thing closed. So I created this video, and I got a comment on it. I don't know if we can... I'm viewing this as me. There's a comment on here if you were to watch this on YouTube. Let's see, here we go. Okay, here it is. This person said, "This saved me and my partner's lives as we finished recording a stop motion with the same green screen and spent a whole hour looking at how to fold it before we found this video." Okay, so I think making this 30-second video is worth it. I saved someone's life. Right, what more can you ask for? So that's kind of been my pledge, is anytime I figure out how to do something that I'm struggling with, I'm going to, create something so someone else can figure out how to do that. So I've been using Screencast-O-Matic, which is what I'm recording on right now. But I'm actually a big fan of what YouTube has done now with their live streaming. So I'll just walk you through that quickly. You have to click on your profile and go to the Creator Studio. Okay. Now, under live streaming, come on. I'm actually, oh, I clicked on too many things. Under live streaming, if I click on events, I'm basically going to create a new live stream event. So I know it's kind of cut off on the screen, but this says new live event. Okay, I'm going to start it now. And I'm going to set this to unlisted. Okay, so unlisted just means that my subscribers aren't going to see that Mr. Pyle has gone live. They're not going to be watching me right now. Okay, so unlisted means that only I know that this is happening. And basically what's going to happen is whatever I record will automatically be saved to my YouTube channel immediately. So there's no downtime. I could direct students to it immediately. And I have to give it a title, so I'll call it My Screencast Demo with YouTube Live. If you put a very short title, YouTube actually won't let you upload it. Or if it's like a, not a descriptive title, because I guess they don't want spam or something. So that's one thing I found. The advanced settings, I don't know if you really have to mess with many of these at the moment. You can always change them later. Okay, so if I click Go Live now, it's going to say ready to go. It's going to open up Google Hangouts. Google Hangouts is Google's kind of Skype or FaceTime, very similar to that. I probably wouldn't live stream a lesson unless I was very brave. I just, I don't. Yeah, you could do that. So you could use this for live events, or maybe. I mean, I've always thought if there's a guest speaker in one classroom, and you can only accommodate one class, but you wanted to let the rest of the school see it, and that was okay with that live speaker, then you could do it that way. Okay, so this just took a second to load. So in order for this to happen, I have to click on this screen share. And I've got two screens, so I have to kind of pick which screen. So I'm going to pick the one that you guys can see. And I'll click share. Okay, then I can start the broadcast. And I can broadcast up to 8 hours. Okay. So it just takes a second for it to start. And now we're live. So everything that I'm doing right now, I can even minimize that window. Everything I'm showing you on this screen right now is being recorded, as well as my voice, because I've got a microphone plugged in. Okay, so I'm just going to scroll around here. I don't know what I'm going to say. This is just a demo, so I think that's probably good for now. So I'll bring up that window again. I'll stop the broadcast. And let's see if that worked. Okay, here's my screencast demo with YouTube Live. So it's immediately online. And this is basically what I just did for you guys. So I'll just skip ahead here a bit. So this is what I was doing, and if I turn up the sound, this is just a demo, so I think that's probably good for now. So bring up that window again, stop the program. Okay, there you go. So that is very easily how to make a video lesson. Okay, using Google YouTube Live. You don't even need to download any software. It'll just run right through the browser. Okay, the only thing you really would need is a microphone, because what I'm doing is a screen share and using my microphone. I don't need a video camera because I'm not recording me. Although my YouTube channel is almost 10 years old, so maybe I'll make a face reveal video on April 9th. Okay, but that's basically it as far as the demo goes. I'm going to stop the video.